Hello, today we're going to be jumping into Mantis taming and how to trap them. Let's jump into it. Taming a Mantis is no easy task. You need quite a bit of stuff to do it, but to make it easier, we can always trap them. Alright, so we have a couple of different traps here that work. This one here is a simple 2x2 with the doors surrounding all the way around it, half walls up, ramps out. You can use an RG or you can do it on foot. You can get the Mantis to chase you up the ramp and drop in. If you have a Wyvern, you can always just fly over and drop the Mantis in. It's a pretty easy build. And then you can just go through the doorways to feed the Mantis. Now then, the other one is a pretty simple trap as well. Just 2 doors, 2 foundations, and 3 dino gates with gates on them. And you just get the Mantis to chase you in here. Close the door, go out, and it's yours. Alright, so to make the first trap, it's pretty simple. You just drop 4 foundations. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you just create door frames. And go one. You can go 1 all the way around. They technically can't get out of 1 high if you want to save some resources, but sometimes if they leap at you, they might slide out the top. So it's just better to go 2 high. And then pick whatever side you want to put the ramp on. Alright, so it's 14 walls and 4 foundations. And then we're going to use a quarter wall here. We're going to go up 2. Let me. Okay. Alright, we'll go up 2. We'll come outside and we'll use that quarter wall to snap the ramp off to. And the reason we're doing the quarter wall is because if you do a wall all the way up and snap the ramps off of it, which we're going to just use 4 ramps, you might need to use a little more if you built on the side of a hill. Right, but what happens is if you don't have, if you have a full wall coming up here, and when the Mantis reaches the top of the ramp, it'll just turn around and go back if it touches the edge of the wall. So if you don't do a wall, it'll jump down into the pit with you. You can also just drop the Mantis in here with a Wyvern. It would be better if it was only 1 wide, but the Mantis won't fit and fall down anymore, so it had to be 2 wide. Alright, to build the Dino Gate trap, it's pretty simple. Start with the 2 foundations. 1, 2. Put your walls on it. Okay, and then just place your Dino Gates. You can undo the snapping for the first placement. Just kind of place it along here. You could leave a small gap if you wanted, but not big enough for the Mantis to get out. It's just better not to. So we'll place that. But if you leave, you know, a little bit of gap, it'll be alright. And then here you can just stitch them back to snapping so that you can just snap the gates together, make sure there's no gap. Alright, and that's 3 gates. And then you pop the 3 gateways in. Of course, always bring extra, because you never know if you're going to mess up. And one thing you're going to want to do is Mantis want to fight everything in the area, so you make sure you kill anything in the area. Which again, this is a great reason to have a Wyvern, but RGs work well too for this. And of course, you want to build these traps somewhere near Mantises. Now, to tame a Mantis, what do you need? Right, well, it's always a good idea to bring sleeping bags, so you can place some sleeping bags down and around in case you die. You're going to also need to bring some cactus broth. You need at least 8 death worm horns for a 150 Mantis. So bring more if you're planning on doing more than 1 Mantis, or in case you mess up. And then having some bug repellent is always helpful as well. And then you're going to want to wear a full set of ghillie. The better quality, the better off you are. This helps you avoid aggro. So we're just going to use cactus broth and ghillie to reduce our aggro range, and then the bug repellent will reduce it more if you want to spend time making bug repellent. So if you most likely built near Mantises when you put your trap down, so just clear the area out. You don't need a trap to tame a Mantis necessarily, but if you don't have a trap, the Mantis will wander around and they'll get into fights with everything, and if they take damage, you have to start the taming process over. So Wyvern can simply pick them up and bring them back to the trap and drop them in. If you don't have a Wyvern yet and you want to get them, you can always use an RG to aggro them and have them follow you back while you're on the RG. Alright, so we have a Mantis chasing us. We're going to get them into our pit here. Climb out. Shut the door. Keep them over here. And there we go. We have a Mantis trapped. So that's how this trap works. Probably even easier than the ramp trap. Now we'll go try it on the ramp trap. Ow, ow. Alright, and on the ramp trap, if you have an RG, you can just hover over and it'll follow you up. But yeah, get it to fall in, and there we go. It's in, and we're good. Alright, so now we have them in our traps, but now they're aggroed. So now we need to fly away. And if you have some med brews, you might want to bring those along as well, just to be safe. Okay, but now they're aggressive. We'll just fly away until they're not aggressive. You can go up. This will usually de-aggro most. As you can see, it looks like they may have calmed down. But if you want to be extra sure, just fly off and de-render everything. And then come back and render it in. Alright, if you do have a wyvern, the Mantis won't aggro it, so that is nice. Okay, we're going to activate our bug repellent. We're going to sneak up on the Mantis. And then if there's a sandstorm happening while you're doing this, once you have them trapped, even better. Their aggro range is greatly lessened during a sandstorm. This is the tricky part. Getting up and being able to feed them without them seeing you. See, they move around a lot. Again, though, if they do aggro you, you just fly out of render range and it's fine. Oh, look at me. And feed. I won't let me feed it. It aggroed me. Huh, I fed it while I was aggroed. Interesting. Won't let me feed it until it aggroed. Let's double check on the other one. That might be different than ASC. Yeah, aggroed and then I could feed it. Oh no. No. I don't want to get stuck in here with it though. I'm stuck underneath it. That's not ideal. Get out. Interesting. Okay, well let's get a de-aggroed before this next feeding. Let's go check this guy out and see. He's still aggroed. Go feed them while they're aggroed? What's that say? Wait until hungry. Okay. Oh, we'll de-aggro them just to be safe. Might not need all this stuff to not get their attention with anyway. If they are, you can hand feed them while they're aggroed. It wouldn't let me hand feed them while they were unaggroed, so that's kind of different. That might not be how it might be set up wrong, and they might patch that. So you may still need to make sure you de-aggro. You know, you're not getting their aggro. Taming them without aggroing them can be tricky, especially if they're in a trap. Okay, so yeah, so like you definitely need to go at least 1.5 walls high. I was trying to be a little cheap on that trap, so okay, so as you saw, I was trying to be a little cheap on this trap, and then the Mantis was able to get out. Oh no, okay, cool, made it. There's also another option for taming them without traps, and we'll show that to you in just a second. Yeah, fed it while it wasn't aggroed. So maybe it was just a timing thing. So you can't feed them while they're not aggroed. I don't know why it won't let me feed it the first time, though. You can usually get them fed right, and then they aggro and run away, and then, yeah, let them de-aggro. Alright, now that we made this too high, this one doesn't seem to have been able to escape this time. Oh, take her. We're in our soup. It's not hungry. Oh, it aggroed us. Alright, and there we go. We've tamed our Mantis with this trap. Uh-oh. It's our armor and we can't feed it. Does it even want to be fed? Ow. Yes, it does. It wants to be fed. Can we feed it while it's aggressive like this? Yes, we can. That might not be true on official servers, though, so, you know, always sneak up on it and defeat it. And then, of course, it'll be aggressive as soon as you do, but that's alright. Okay, so let's show you another... Let's show you a non-trap method of taming it if you have a wyvern. Right, so as you can see, the Mantis doesn't aggro the wyvern. Even though it likes to fight everything else, it will not aggro. It can aggro a wyvern, but it generally won't unless it is angry at you first. So you can always pick it up, take it somewhere safe, away from enemies. Of course, nowhere is safe. Enemies will start spawning wherever you are. But yeah, if you need to take it somewhere clear, Used to, you could land on them just right with a wyvern and it would hold them in place and they wouldn't aggro. It's really hard to do. And then they made it so that if you did disable them that way, they eventually would disappear. So even if you can pull it off now, yeah, it's probably not the best idea, but you could do it this way. Alright, but so if you really just wanted to hand feed it out in the wild, keep in mind if anything hits it, it has to start over. If you really wanted to do this. Well, that aggroed me. I don't have my bug spray on. Okay, let's get up behind it and feed it before it realizes we're there. Got it fed. Get back to the wyvern. Ride. Pick it up. And hold it. Alright, and wait for its next feeding to put it down. That way it doesn't want to fight anything. Now, if you have a second player on a wyvern, you can probably just hold it like this. And the other player can hand feed it. Maybe not. The other, the wyvern may have to set it down. But there is a good possibility that you don't. So that's another option there.